The Thermaltake A500 aluminum TG mid-tower features a sleek aluminum front panel and two 4mm tempered glass panels for breathtaking views. Enjoy 420 and 360 rad support at the front and top respectively, and breeze through installation with a dismantleable modular design. Step up your case game with the A500 aluminum TG and click on the link below for more info. So my mom has this friend who she's known since high school that she still keeps in contact with, and I actually grew up with this woman. Like, she's basically family to me. Auntie Glenna, hi Auntie Glenna if you're watching, and Auntie Glenna has a 13-year-old son named Brandon. He's very much into gaming. Right now he's on console, not sure exactly which one, but he's really looking to get into the world of PC gaming. He particularly, according to his mom, really wants to play games like Fortnite and, well, Fortnite. I'm sure he's got other games on his list, but the important thing here is that he's trying to elevate his gaming experience with a full-blown desktop PC, which is pretty exciting. Now, he has a budget of about $500, and his mom told him that I would be building him a system for $500. Little does he know that I've actually got a bunch of sponsors to chip in on a $2,000 to $3,000 high-end gaming PC that we'll be surprising him with by the end of the video. So that's what this is all about today. So it's gonna be really exciting to see his reaction. We have a seriously drool-worthy lineup of hardware for this one, guys, that extends beyond the tower itself, because as a console gamer, I don't think Brandon already has a gaming keyboard, mouse, headset, and monitor. So we're gonna be hooking him up with peripherals as well. The whole enchilada, every single thing he needs really to get started into the world of PC gaming. It should be pretty exciting. So I'm gonna call out the parts one at a time as we go about the build, so you'll slowly but surely get an idea of the kind of beast we'll be assembling today. Or you could just look at the links in the description below. But where's the fun in that? Don't you like surprises? Have you no sense of adventure? To quote the great Mr. Claus, you boring sack of toys. Okay, so I kind of lied because we're actually revealing like half of the parts right now. But that's only because we need these components for our very first steps to building this PC. So for starters, we have the Ryzen 7 2700X for our CPU, 8-core 16-thread processor. Super great for streaming, gaming. I don't know if Brandon plans to stream, but that's definitely a possibility with the CPU if he wants to tap into that later down the line. It's also got higher clock speeds right out of the box and better overclocking potential than its first-gen Ryzen counterpart. And of course, with great overclocking power comes great responsibility. So to cool that chip, we have the NZXT Kraken X52 240mm liquid AIO, which is a fantastic unit as well. We also have the Asus ROG Strix B450F gaming motherboard from Asus. This thing is an absolute prize. I really love the way it looks. All the Asus boards are just fantastic, especially from the ROG Strix line. And there's a bunch of I/O here as well, including multiple M.2 slots, USB 3.1 Gen 2, and the list goes on. We'll be pairing that with a 16 gig dual channel kit of G.Skill Trident Z RGB DDR4 at 3200 speed. And these fast memory frequencies will help us make the most out of our Ryzen processor while directly improving in-game performance. So if you'll excuse me a minute, I'm gonna mash all this stuff together and we'll get this build underway. So the motherboard's pretty much all prepped and ready for case installation. NZXT has provided their flagship H700i in black and blue because Brandon really loves the color blue, according to his mom. This thing's built like an absolute tank. It's mainly steel and glass construction through and through. It has a built-in smart hub that controls the RGB lighting strip that's pre-installed, and it can also create dynamic fan curves on the fly. It's a wonderful, wonderful case, amazing cable management, and it comes with 4 fans right out of the gate. Powering the system, we have the tried and true EVGA 750 watt G3, 80 plus gold certified, fully modular, and just a beast of a unit as well in its own right. Our storage setup is pretty straightforward. We have 2 drives. For our operating system, we have a 240 gig HyperX Fury RGB 2.5-inch SSD. We also have a 2 terabyte Seagate FireCuda, which is a mechanical drive. I thought I was buying a 3.5-inch drive when I purchased it, but apparently we got a 2.5-inch drive. But that's fine. It's still 2 terabytes of storage nonetheless. And the nice thing about these FireCudas is that they actually have a smaller capacity of built-in NAND flash storage for zippier loading times for games and applications. So again, links to all this stuff can be found down below. Let's carry on. All right, we're getting down to the wire here, just a couple more steps to go. We're actually going to use some CableMod Pro Series mod mesh extensions for Brandon's build. Look, they're black and blue, just like his case. So we're going to get all thematic and matchy-matchy. These are really great quality cables. And then to top it all off, the moment that a lot of you guys have probably been waiting for, the GPU. We will be using, this is actually a donor part, my own favorite GTX 1050. This is going to be a solid performer. You know, these are pretty underrated cards. And honestly, I am totally full of crap. This is not the card we're giving him. Just thought I would troll a little bit. This is the card that we're giving him. This is the Asus ROG Strix RTX 2080, and it's an absolute animal. The cooler on this thing is amazing. It's super quiet for one. Those Axial fans, some of the quietest on the market right now. Also, the max contact technology that Asus uses keeps thermals to a minimum. You've got a dual BIOS switch and a bunch of other features that make this an all-around amazing card. So it's one of the few cards right now that's actually worthy of being in today's build. On that note, let's get this thing unboxed and finish this thing off. All right, the build is done, and it looks really, really good. Wifey Sauce actually thinks this is one of her favorite builds that I've done, and I kind of agree, it looks great. Not too many complications at all with this build. It was super straightforward. I only hit one snag, and that was the SSD, our HyperX Fury RGB. After I loaded Windows onto it, it would sometimes boot into Windows just fine, and other times it would say, you know, boot media not found. I changed cables, I changed SATA ports, everything. The only thing that worked was changing the SSD itself. So I've actually swapped it out for a T-Force Delta RGB. I actually did a video on that a while back. Great SSD. Unfortunately, it uses a 3-pin addressable RGB header, not a 4-pin. And this motherboard has no 3-pin ARGB headers on it. So there's no LEDs. It's just not lit up. So that's kind of unfortunate. But apart from that, it's still a great SSD. Works just fine. 240 gigs, same capacity. Actually, no, this is 250 gigs. So ha! But that was the only real hiccup we encountered. The build was super easy apart from that, especially inside of the lovely H700i, just a fantastic case to build in, really. But we are far from done, people. This is not over yet because we still have all those peripherals that I mentioned earlier. So let's bring them out one at a time here. Huge shout out to Asus for being not just the sponsor for our graphics card and the motherboard, but for all the peripherals that are in this video as well. That also means that they all support Aura Sync. So Brandon will be able to coordinate all the LEDs on his peripherals with the lighting in his system. That's pretty cool. This is the Asus ROG Strix Flare. This is the same keyboard that I use at home. Granted, it's a new model. I'm not giving Brandon my old used Flare. What I'm saying is I like this keyboard a lot. It's got genuine Cherry MX switches. There's a volume scroll wheel, a little customizable LED badge you can update, some underglow lighting, and a USB pass-through, a bunch of other stuff here. So fantastic keyboard. Next up we have the ROG Pugio. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's an optical gaming mouse, and it looks really nice. I haven't actually had a chance to try this thing out yet, but I really like the shape. It looks to be ambidextrous, and it looks like you can actually swap out the switches for, you know, a customized feel. Configurable modular magnetic side buttons. It's a really nice looking mouse. Not exactly sure what the price point is here. For Brandon, it's free, so it doesn't matter. Then we have the ROG Delta. Getting a little cramped up here. This is a gaming headset. It's got a quad DAC. That means it's got to be 4 times as good as a single DAC headset, right? That's clearly what that means. From what I've heard through the grapevine, these are supposed to sound pretty decent. Yes, even for a gaming headset. It's also got 2 different pairs of swappable ear cups. It's supposed to be really comfortable. It's also got a noise-canceling boom pole microphone. But I have saved the best peripheral for last. Brandon is getting hooked up with an Asus ROG Swift PG279 gaming monitor. This is a 27-inch IPS 2560 by 1440 G-Sync supported 165 hertz display. That's all I need to say, really. This is an extremely beautiful monitor with a ton of performance packed in, and Brandon will be able to drive it with this system. I mean, we've got a Ryzen 7 chip here with an RTX 2080, so he'll definitely be able to push the frames and pixels on this thing no problem. I think that's it. Holy moly. I think we're ready for the big reveal though. Let's do it. But before we do, I want to give a quick shout out once again to all the sponsors who chipped in for this project, including Asus, NZXT, G.Skill, and EVGA. This wouldn't be possible without you guys. Also, my Auntie Glenna, thank you for this opportunity. And she actually covered the costs of all the parts that weren't able to get sponsored for this project. So huge shout out to her as well. Now, as far as the big reveal goes, let me get you guys up to speed really quick so we're all on the same page. Brandon's initially gonna get led to a decoy PC, like a $500 decoy PC. It's actually gonna be the Walmart PC, kind of funny. And he's initially gonna be told that that's the build that I built for it. But then shortly after, I'm gonna pop out and drop the real surprise with the full-blown PC and peripherals all hooked up, powered on, ready to go. And hopefully we'll catch a cool moment there. So that's how it's gonna work. Let's see what Brandon thinks of his new setup.
Hey.
Hi.
It's not some stranger. Oh, well,
Hi. Come on in. It's so good to see you. It's cold out there. Hi. I can't believe he's like so tall, Glenn. Well, this is your PC. You want to check it out? Okay. You can look at it. And Kyle's in the bathroom, but he should be out pretty soon. And if you have any questions or something, you can ask him. Okay?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you. It's been forever.
I know.
How's it going, man?
This is
Hey. Brandon, been a while.
meeting you. I think last time you guys met was at Karina's graduation.
Yeah.
7, 8 years ago.
So you were like what?
5.
5. My gosh. How you been?
Good.
Good? Yeah? Wait. Is this the computer? Mom, this isn't the... Why'd you bring this one out?
I thought this was the one. This was Brandon's because that's what you told me, no?
No. This isn't what we're giving Brandon, though.
Are you sure?
Yeah. This is what we're giving Brandon. The computer, the monitor, the keyboard, the mouse. We wanted to surprise you, Brandon, for Christmas. This was orchestrated by your mom, my mom, myself, and a bunch of awesome vendors. So you can take all this home tonight, and we really hope that you enjoy it.
I don't know what to say, man.
You don't need to say anything, man. You just need to game on this nonstop. Just start ranking up in Fortnite, and once you go MLG, cut me some commission from your checks. We'll call it even.
Okay.
What's going through your mind right now? Like,
I don't know, man. It's a lot of things.
yeah?
It's crazy.
What are you gaming on right now? A console or?
Yeah, console.
Which one?
PS4.
Have you been wanting to ascend to the PC Master Race lately, or?
3 years ago.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Yeah. What made you want to switch?
You know, play, get a different experience, and to do homework too. Because I just had that little laptop.
Right. Yeah. We'll wait for your mom to leave, and then we can have the real conversation. But
Okay.
you're doing a great job right now. Were you expecting this at all, or?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
For sure. Damn, you almost got teary there.
I thought he was.
I was like, he either has a cold. I almost broke Brandon.
You crying, dude?
Almost, man. Jeez, you got me, bro.
Oh, this is
Isn't
so
this the Walmart?
amazing.
It looks like the Walmart one.
It is, yeah. That's exactly why we used that as the decoy rig.
Yeah.